welcome.
Hello, what's up, everyone?
How y'all
What's up?
doing tonight? This afternoon? It's not night yet, is it?
Hey, it looks
Dark
like
out.
night out there.
Yeah, it looks like night. Did you see that snow coming down? The flakes were like 5 inches wide.
Very huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Rain and then snow
Holy-
pretty quick.
Wow.
Yeah, I was down in West Virginia yesterday. The temperature was 50 degrees and sunny. I come up here, it was like 36 and like cloudy. And where I'm at, I'm only an hour from West Virginia. It's crazy how that is.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
What's
Well,
up?
hello, everyone out in the world. Thank you for being here with us tonight. As you see, we have Trapper, MT Paranormal Life.
What's up?
And of course, all you wonderful people out there in chat. And if you're not in chat and you're just sitting on a couch or sitting at your computer or phone, hopefully not driving and watching, hello to you all. Thank you all for being here tonight.
Like
So,
LA.
with that said, some exciting hunts, huh?
Oh yeah.
Wow, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
The live streams have been great. We've been
Live
seems
streams
like
have been great.
we go live and everything else goes live with us.
Yeah. Well, I gave a little show of us kicking off the kicking off the area. My granddaughter wants to say hi to me, so give me a second. Hello. Hi.
I'll stay here for
Hello.
a little bit.
Yeah, you have to go. Love you, girly. I'll be down in a little bit. Okay. Love you. All right. Back to it. She's my next big hunter, Bigfoot hunter.
She's a cutie.
So, with that said, I put out a video and it showed us kicking off an area, Mike, a little before we went, live.
Yep.
That was pretty neat. And people seen some good stuff. Even with that, that was awesome.
Yeah, the orbs were pretty crazy. Those
Yeah.
orbs we captured, yeah.
Yeah.
Where they pull it down.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't. I did get a nice little warning though. And about the stone arrangement. That was we can't call it the other thing.
Stone arrangement.
Yeah, the stone arrangement was pretty cool. Hello, Heather, Grimmer, Vicky, Kathy, Ted, David, Derek. I think that's in everybody right now. Right? Bob, Nightwalker. All right. Yeah, you can't call it the other thing.
The R word.
Yeah. They get a little upset when you do that. Don't know what to say. Lost for words on that one. But that was pretty good. That was just a great finding, man. Yeah. Epic stones. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Pretty
first
weird.
the first arrangement I really came across and seen before, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. We haven't came across those in a good while. I think the last ones we found was me and Trapper. Or no, I think maybe Trapper and Mrs. Trapper found those stone arrangements.
Oh yeah. Up on top of that ridge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christina, hello. Yeah. Strange.
What's up, Pat?
That was pretty cool. Pat, hello.
What's up, Pat?
Happy Friday to everybody. So tonight we'll answer any of your questions that you have on the last couple of hunts, pictures that you've seen on the Cameraman Facebook page, what you've seen in Trapper's Live, what you may have seen in MT Paranormal's lives or videos. Derek, hello.
Yeah. Start asking the questions.
Yeah. Sally Joe, hello.
What's up?
What's up, Sally?
Vicky was asking. I think she might be talking about Claim 3. She said, "Hey guys, you going back to the private property and explore at night?" I think
Claim 3.
Claim 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that, Jack.
Yeah. Claim
What?
3, then going across. And one of us staying there, one of us staying at Claim 3, and one of us staying at next to Claim 3.
I feel bad for the guy that's going to be over at Claim 3 all by himself. Oh, that's me, isn't it, Jack?
That's you.
That's right. It's going to be
jumper. Yeah, you're going over there by yourself.
It's a good spot. I'll trade you.
me.
Sally Joe says, "What does the owner expect you is to do for him at Claim 3?" What he really wants is us to really get it and get it out of there. No matter if we have to do whatever, just strap it to the car and move it. That's what he wants.
Not my car though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it on a sled and drag it.
Jump back in the portal and go home.
Yeah. Lock the portal up, I'm guessing. That's what he wants.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, to think about, the ongoing attempts to see if there's any way to stop that activity there. Maybe we'll never be able to stop it. Maybe we will. Kind of, good research to see what happens over time.
Yeah. I mean, we tried some stuff. I mean, remember I took the Bible verses out there and took that crucifix out there?
Yeah.
And I did it when nobody knew about it. I just went to the four corners, hung the crucifix, and then took the Bible verses to the four corners of the property, and that didn't work out. I don't know. And nobody knew that I did that.
Not till after.
Yeah, not till after.
We really tried to communicate that. At least I remember the last couple times we were there. We tried to vocalize that. Not really sure if it was understood, but we were trying.
Yeah. And we've talked about people manifesting things before,
Yeah.
manifesting things on their property or in their homes. If that was possible, if it is possible, that could be a thing.
I think it happens when we go out places too. I think part of the reason why things might be occurring might be because of ourselves. We talked about that a lot too, and there might be something to that.
Oh, cramp.
Would you get the toes?
Oh, cramp.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a cramp.
Which
Give
one?
me a
Toe
second.
cramp?
I got to go walk it out.
Yep.
You guys take over for a minute.
The worst are when you get those in bed, man. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Drink some water.
Blood red sage, huh, Michelle? I mean, I haven't really looked into much of the differences in sage, but I've got quite a variety that Ramona I got from her. But I am not too familiar with, effects of different kinds of sage. But I'll have to look up blood red sage unless, maybe you can tell me what's the difference, if there's much.
Yeah, Mike, we were talking a while ago, I think a couple months ago. I'm going to need some more sage. I'm out. I think I have a little bit left.
I always have some in my car. I always keep some in there, and then I've got my backup storage here, so I could always give you some.
All right. Yeah. Next time I see you.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, 'cause I'm just
white sage
out.
is kind of used indoors when I've done it through my place, I've used a white sage. I'm pretty sure that was what I was using.
Yeah, that's what I have here is white sage.
You all stretched out there?
Yeah. I ran up and down the steps. Ow, 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 ow. My granddaughter's looking at me like, Grampy,
Did you
what
drink
are
some
you
water?
doing?
You're like,
Need some
"No."
sage, Trap. I got some sage for you, man.
Do you?
Yeah.
We got it. We've got it. I've
I
got it.
thought I'd go buy some. I'll go find it. I don't even know where to buy it at around here.
You could always reach out
I
to
got it
Ramona.
for my daughter.
Reach out to Ramona if you want, Trapper.
Okay.
See if she has a surplus still.
I got probably like 20 bags of sage.
Jeez, oh man.
Yeah.
There she is. Hey,
Hey,
Ramona.
Ramona, there you are.
Ramona, hello.
You got to talk to
Yeah,
Trapper about Sage. Ramona.
I'll PM you.
We have tried sage at that, but I don't know if it, what kind of sage it was. I've tried it at 3 before. Happy birthday, Marshall.
Happy birthday, Marshall.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Marshall. All right, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday, buddy. Thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah,
Be
happy
safe
birthday,
tonight.
Marshall.
Have a great night. What color was the sage? White. Not a problem, Marshall. You have a safe night. Be careful. But what I'm really interested in is playing some frequencies at Claim 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get some of the frequency apps myself too, because I'm gonna start tinkering with it.
Yeah, I got one that raised the hair on my arms and echoed, believe it or not. First one that ever echoed. And I can watch it on the sound software. Echoing.
The weird voices that we heard during that last live, did that come through your walkie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
wondering.
one come to my walkie.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to get that out to everybody to see that. But one more frequency up, we would have played that out there. Because what did we play? What did I give you? The 260 or 227, 228, right?
I don't remember which ones they
Made
were.
those sounds come through.
Yeah, I know it was low. I don't remember what numbers they were.
Yeah, I believe it was 227 and 228 made those sounds come through the walkie. And it sounded like people talking like farther away, not into the walkie-talkie, but talking farther away.
Yeah, when I heard that, when I was live, I heard that, and I even commented. I'm like, I think cameraman's got a device on or something, because I thought it was strange, because I thought you may have had like YouTube open or something, because it sounded like talking, and I was like, what the heck's he? I was thinking, I'm like, what's he watching over there?
Right.
And then when I heard that those voices were echoing or coming through on your walkie, I was like shocked. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Sally says activity may increase with the frequencies because it may be hurting their ears. I don't know. I mean, it could be, but everything has a frequency. Like I said this before, your heart has a different frequency than your brain does. And finding that frequency, they've tried to find that frequency, but it varies. But like trees give off a frequency, different plants, and I think it has something to do with the energy of the trees, because we figured that out, right, Mike?
Yeah, Yeah, after paying attention to some of the scientific research about your voltage of atoms in your body, I started wondering, putting the test that theory we always thought was that there's probably a lot of energy, potential energy in the trees. I mean, if the atoms in your body can be verified having a voltage level, then it's got to be the same for trees. So I spent some time and went through a bunch of different kinds of calculators, and I got an equation, just an average 2,200-pound oak tree, which is about 100-foot tall. The carbon atoms, the stored voltage in the carbon atoms ended up being about 17,000 volts in that size tree. And that's just like a rough, that was like the first figure I put through, but you can minimize that or even make it bigger depending on the size of the tree. So I think there is definitely something to the energy available in the environment, right where we always go, out, in nature, around all the trees.
Right. And I don't think if I was going to calculate it, I wouldn't think that the frequencies hurt anything. I would think that it would draw stuff to us. Because like I said, everything has a frequency, everything has vibration, everything in the universe. And I mean, I can go deeper into it, but I don't think we have all night.
No,
But we've been really doing our homework.
You guys tried to do that to me last week, and it just blew my mind. I mean, it's too much to comprehend for me.
Right.
I just skimmed the surface of it.
Right.
That's like lifetime research deep for people who are like astrophysicists, that's like, that information has come about from someone doing that for a career.
Right.
Try to absorb what I can. That's about
Sally
it.
Joe just brought up a good point. Here's the ocean. The ocean out there is a good way to look at this. A lot of things are coming in from the ocean that we never discovered before, and I believe one of the reasons is because the government, even us as a nation and everybody else, all the other governments, whatever you want to call it, they're trying things underwater, like like sonar, that's bringing things up from the ocean, from the very deep depths, washing things up on shore, like whales, stuff like that. They're trying to do a lot more stuff underwater now. And is that why all these things that we haven't discovered before starting to come in, washed up on shore, coming in, like some of these sharks. I mean, you could watch Discovery Channel or whatever, and even some YouTube channels that do about the sharks. I'm a scuba diver, so I kind of watch that stuff, and you see some of these sharks, they're bigger. Some of these things are coming up from the deep that are just massive sharks. Why is that? Is because I think the governments are doing things underwater, and testing different things, sounds, stuff like that, bringing the bigger animals, the animals we haven't seen, bringing them up, into shallower water, and it's too shallow for them. I mean, you live in the dark your whole life. All of a sudden, you come up to the light. It kills you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that would be a whole different topic to see, what sonar does to animals. But I mean, you get a point there. I'm not sure if it's the same with, frequency.
It's just sound getting through a denser surface area. That's the water, right? That's kind of roughly in a dumb sense of what it is.
Yeah, and the sonar brings back a picture to you of what's out there, your surroundings, which frequency would just go right through that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The device measures the reflection off of what the sound waves hit, right? Isn't that kind of how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how sonar works. That's how your like a lot of stuff we use in diving and stuff is underwater sonar. We use a lot of that for trying to find shipwrecks. And I mean, heck, I think, even fishermen even uses underwater sonar to find fish.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what your fish finders are basically is just sonar, basically.
Right.
It's kind of like what we're doing, but we're just doing it on land into the environment.
Yeah. And then going back to the trees with energy, they all have different types of energy, different amounts of energy in them. But thinking if these things can go into trees and travel, if you watch energy fade out, they say always watch train track boxes, sometimes you'll get a ball of energy that leaves that box and, it'll just dissipate. But what if it's kind of like the cryptids or something like that go to those trees to get energy? That's why we see them going in, or people see them going in and disappearing into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We talk about like multidimensional beings. I mean, maybe it's possible a cryptid, Bigfoot, or any others might be multidimensional beings, and they have a level of being able to change and actually use the energy sources as ways to move into a different dimension out of ours. That could be why, the energy source is part of how they, that is like the source of them to move and travel. It helps. It aids.
Right. Yeah. And that's why we see them in the forest. But my thought is what frequency would bring them to you? What if there was one, you can find it, pinpoint it, and bam, something's right in front of you.
Yeah. And I haven't really looked into it a lot, so I'm going to kind of give the rough bit of information I got, but just to talk a little bit about on that topic, they said that, when the atomic bombs went off, there was a big series of documented UFO, or whatever the term is they use now, activity. And they felt that because of that certain frequency of when the atomic bomb went off, that was like, that frequency was picked up by beings that are higher, more advanced, and they perceived that they were basically kind of aware that that frequency meant something big, bad, maybe they were worried about. So they came here because I believe there were many documented wreckages of UFOs right after the atomic bomb went off. And then there's some theory about something interfered with like navigational systems, and they think that caused a series of wrecks. But they believe that there was a big draw here of UFOs right when that occurred. So they think that was attributed to the frequency that went off. So if you scale that down, frequencies that we emit could possibly draw entities that are multidimensional that might pick up on that frequency and come to it because they're curious. Maybe it means something we don't understand.
Right. Yeah. Or our vibration.
Uh-huh.
Stump Jumper says the vibration, frequency, magnetic field around the high voltage lines could be the attraction for them hanging around the high lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that might be a way for them to travel. But what if they're curious of us? We're in there for so long, so many hours, and maybe they, can feel different vibration or hear different frequency just from us,
right?
And they're curious. That's why sometimes, it's kind of weird. We've each been touched. And there was a count, you know. I've been touched out there. Trapper, you've been touched out there. Well, I'm not sure. MT, were you touched out there?
Not that I remember, and I hate to say it, but it's possible. I might just not remember. So many things blend from all, the different experiences. But I might say yes, but it wasn't more physical. It was more like magnetic or even cold. I kind of contribute that to being maybe the same, but just a different form, not a physical contact, more of energy contact.
Oh, that's a good question, Robert. He says, could it be that we invite them to appear with the frequencies we give off while we feel fear and adrenaline and
that might trigger some kind of protective thing too, because if some of them might be protective of us, because they say there's good and bad, right? You've got good and bad in everything, whatever level of energy or beings you talk about, that might trigger some kind of a protective thing too. That might bring some that might want to actually make sure we're okay to come and check on us. So it might not necessarily be a bad thing if we're scared and that draws something in, or it might, I guess it could possibly go either way.
Yeah. Derek, that's why we always like those areas where there's water, power. We got the power line cuts, there's water, the trees, the trains, the tracks. I mean, that's a lot of energy, especially on those tracks, a lot of energy being produced and thrown out there. When that train passes,
oh yeah,
that's a lot of energy being tossed into that forest. And
it's a lot of vibration.
Yeah, a lot of vibration too. Yep. Which we're getting there. I mean, a lot of more work to do. But I mean, to understand how these things move and, do a little bit of the science behind it, I think we'll be able to explain a lot more this year once we, get it pinned down.
Yeah. And I think from the start, everything about what we've been doing has been pretty much right at the heart of what we're kind of leading up to, the better ways to interact and communicate.
Right.
Or we're learning, and the more things seem to, we're aware of, it seems like we're kind of have been there, but just haven't been fully, aware of the actual potential of what's around us. So I think was meant for a reason. I think we kind of are aware of it.
Right. Yeah, because we always said train tracks, power lines, the trees.
Yeah. Let's talk about photosynthesis too. Like you got all that going on with the plants and the energy potential for the trees, and the process of photosynthesis just around the plants, all that going on. It's just like an energy ground. It's the way I always thought of it.
Yeah. Vicky says maybe lights, shapes, or structures like those that Bigfoot make. Yeah. I believe they do that, flesh and blood. That's something that I would like to figure out more. Why do they make those? And a lot of things have vibration too, So that's, definitely another thing that we got to take account, because vibrations are another big part of it. But yeah, I'd like to figure out why they make the structures.
Yeah, we talked about that before too. Theories. I think I even mentioned that, just thinking, if you're talking about some kind of, talking about an entity or another being that might be, who knows, I mean, ancient, that might have watched, humankind and watched them, how they lived, how they were developing, and then kind of mimic that, and maybe just kept that kind of tradition of how they build their places to stay. And that's something that's like just kind of embedded in their normal, culture, I guess, or way of living.
Yeah.
Just something that I thought of that might make sense. Maybe not.
Yeah. Sally Joe, I think you're correct there. Because even with our own eyes, we got to blink and think. A camera doesn't. A camera just sees it, takes the picture, doesn't think about it. Bam. The picture's taken and there it is. We have to think, look at what we're seeing, and our brain has to process it. Sometimes it's things that our eyes don't see. You all see on the live hunts stuff and you're like, to the right, to the left, up that tree. And we're like, I don't know. We don't see it. And that's why we say it's awesome to, when we get back, to go into the cameraman chat room and see what you all circle. It's amazing. It's like, how did we not see that out there? I think that's cool.
That is crazy. And when we look at those pictures.
Yeah, we're holding devices that are illuminated. I don't know if you try it sometime. If you haven't ever done it, go out next time you're maybe out at night, even if you're walking down the street, if it's dark, and then hold your phone and look around and then try to see how much you're able to actually see in the dark. It's like your vision's gone. So, that little bit of light that you get, that we're getting from our devices kind of affects, our night vision. Well, it affects it a lot.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause every time we blink with those lights on and it's dark, our eyes so subtly still have to adjust.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess like a different world when you're just not holding a phone up or recording and you're just walking through the woods at night. It's like you can, all of a sudden it seems like it's light when it seemed dark before when you had your phone up recording.
Right. Trees can feel your energy and frequency around you. Absolutely. That's why I go up and touch the tree to give off my energy. Show them that it's good energy.
Yeah, I think that frequency is from everything. It's going in all directions all the time.
Right. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Ted Mackey would like to know what's been the scariest incident.
What's that?
Ted would like to know what's been the scariest incident. I know mine.
Yeah, I know mine. When we hit the ground.
That was the scariest. That's the scariest thing I ever encountered. What about you, Mike?
Well, I think it was probably when I seen that whatever it was at West Branch about a year ago. I think it was around November or December last year when I seen that. I think that was like, it was fear. And you can even see it when, I was recording. Well, Declan was recording, but when I seen it, I had like that freeze up for like a couple seconds where I like paused, like somebody just hit pause on me. And I was like, I was pretty scared then. And I had to like dig kind of deep because, it was the first time I ever seen anything that was like that. That was probably the incident where I was probably the most scared.
Yeah. Pat said that he got touched.
Yeah. I mean, for the people that don't know about Jack and I, just go ahead and tell the story, Jack. I mean, that was the scariest night. I mean, I did not think we were going to get out of the woods that night.
There was a war going on between them. That's what I believe it was. LIB, how you doing?
What's up, Mike?
I mean, those things were yelling. They're so close to us, and they were so loud. that you could actually feel the vibration coming off their screams or their yells.
Ground felt like it was shaking.
We were
Feel
so
it
close.
coming out of the trees, like wow.
Yeah, it just sounded like they were literally 10 feet away from us. We were live on YouTube that night, and we literally just cut it off. We didn't even say goodbye to anybody, nothing. We just cut it off. We
turned off all lights, everything.
Yeah.
That was just got our guns out.
Yeah, if anybody wants to check that out, I believe it was, we were just starting out. We were only been doing it for like 6 months, weren't we? Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be in our early videos.
Yeah, now I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, it'd be a little different.
Now I'd be like, hey, come on out. Yeah. Yeah. The trees can give off water if you know which tree. Absolutely. I'd like to teach that this year. Tosh, hello. Happy New Year's. He said he just finished up watching your last video, Trapper.
Oh, okay. That would have been our live, I do believe.
Stump Jumper says, couldn't the frequencies produced by the camera, lights, and walkie-talkies trigger a reaction? Absolutely. Yep. And that's why I think that sometimes we're hitting them with so many frequencies and the energy bursts going around with the tracks and the trees and the water flowing and then our cameras and walkie-talkies. And I think, they start getting confused, so that's why I go out by myself sometimes, or we go out and there's no cameras going, no walkies going. We went old school just a couple days ago. We went with no walkies and, and just did the vibrations and, some tree knocks and did frequency sounds just to see what we'd pick up. And it was different reaction. But you're absolutely right, Stump Jumper. Long Island says it takes a minute to piece it all together. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got the basics down. We're starting to understand it, but we're just on the surface.
Yeah, I don't think we have to change much.
No.
I think just some of the understanding, things coming to light just helps us with finding new ways to help communicate, maybe put off some frequencies that might be the right ones to help communicate.
Absolutely. Heather says, would it be like mind speak to have them be safe and use being in their woods? I tried to mind speak before, Heather, and I just don't understand it because I was having, I don't know if I created what I was thinking, so I don't know, like I was out there like, ooh, let's just perhaps say, I want a pizza. And my brain, seemed like it came back and said, yeah, you do. Pepperoni, extra cheese, So it was like I was trying to mind speak, but I don't know if my brain was answering my own question. So I don't know. I don't know if have you all tried it?
No, I haven't.
I think to a certain degree, I will try to direct my thoughts with what I'm thinking. Sometimes I try to use my thoughts to communicate my intent. Not sure if it's picking up, not sure if that's something that's possibly able to be picked up or understood, but sometimes I do that. like if I'm thinking, like sometimes I can think of things that I might want to respond with faster than I can just openly say them. So I try to like internalize that and let those thoughts process through, like almost like a conversation.
Yeah.
And I kind of like will keep that just processing through my head, like I'm trying to tell them that, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that yields results. I like to think that if we're dealing with spirits, entities, you know, whatever that is on a multidimensional level, that it might be possible for them to hear that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
I've
do
walked
it.
around out there like that and, was talking to them. But like I said, to reply back, when I tried to wait for a reply, I don't know if it was my brain, coming up with its own thing. I don't know how to explain it. Mm. Yeah. Let's see. Easy line. Yeah. Tosh says, some, if you point a video camera at a TV, you see lines, but our eyes don't. Right.
Right.
Yep. That's why I'd say the camera will pick up more than our eyes will.
I think the video recording processes different spectrums that we can't quite see with our with our regular vision. Almost like, a bunch of photographs that are in, 60 frames per second or whatever it is. Those little pictures have like different kinds of spectrums that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Sue says, so you see nothing but hear them. When I tried mind speaking to him, yeah, I just heard him in my brain. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, but
I think she was. I think Sue means this in general. I mean, like like when we're on like when we have the flashlights out. I think that's what she meant. I could be wrong, but I saw that a while ago. But yeah, Sue. I mean, like, how do you say it? We can hear things out. We're looking. It's hard to explain, but when you're out there in the dark like that, when it's just pitch black and you only have a flashlight, your eyes adjust to that flashlight. You don't see you don't have peripheral vision. You can't see things out of your corner of your eyes unless it's all lit up because your eyes are adjusted to the light that's in front of you. So yeah, and we could hear them moving around behind us and side of us because we don't see them. They stay out of the light. Wherever our lights are, we can't see out of that. No, that's really
right.
hard to. If that's what you mean by that.
Right. Yeah, I showed on a video I showed where I had my lights off and MT and Trapper almost walked right by me and they were looking around and I was just standing there still holding the video on a live and you guys were just didn't even see me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how close one could be to us. You can hear, like if I was moving around, they would have looked my way. But yeah, anything outside of that light, you might get eye shine. You could catch eye shine. You could maybe see shadows moving. But other than that, our eyes can't adjust to see things that you all see on the live. That's why when you all go, hey, it's right over there. And we're like, where?
Yeah. I mean, the ideal thing is, if we could afford the more of the expensive equipment, that stuff costs a lot. But if we all had night vision, that would change the course of the game, I believe.
Yeah. I have night vision.
So, I would love to get night vision, but that stuff you put night vision on that. I think that would change the game.
Yeah. That's what those orbs came from, the night vision video.
Mm.
Awesome.
Yeah, that really helps. The night vision helps picking up light like that,
Yeah.
infrared light, light like that, especially you can pick up nice and clear with night vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tosh, I'm trying to get rid of this cough. It's nasty. It wants to linger with you. It doesn't want to let go.
Yeah. Long Island says, I love watching your journey and understanding unfold. Absolutely.
Thank you, LIB.
Thank you.
I love
With your
watching
help.
LIB
Sometimes I'll have questions and you give me some good answers. So it's a blessing having everybody around and having your number, LIB, to reach out to you when we, just don't understand.
I like knowing LIB's coming down here or coming up here.
We were just talking about the areas that we were going to take you, LIB.
Yep.
What was it? Yesterday, last night.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about the areas where we wanted to take you.
Yes, we were.
What's happening, my brother? Is awesome.
What is going on?
How you doing, Truth? Sally says that was a crazy night. That was a very intense live. Yes, it was.
Oh, when their screams were hunkered down. Yeah.
Yeah. Vicky says, I lived in a house growing up that was haunted by more than one entity. One was pretty scary. Yeah. I believe those are just, souls that don't want to pass on, But I'm not the ghost guy.
Me neither. You guys know that.
Yeah. That question, Vicky, is more for the guy up there. I don't know where he's over here.
The other way.
Other way.
There you go.
For me, he's over here.
Like that's the ghost
You're
guy
down
over there next to you.
Yeah.
Well, I've been
I'll be right back while you're answering that one.
Yeah. Answer Daniel's question. I kind of live the best of all worlds, I guess. I don't know if you watched any of my videos, but that's all I do is just communicate. I mean, that's what my channel's been about since I started, and that's where it still goes. I have new devices that help me listen to the voices, but that's all I do is try to see what answers I get, listen to who's talking. I mean, I think it's possible it's not just spirits of people who've passed away, but there's more talking to us. And I believe it's not just what you want to say, the spirits of people who have passed away. I believe there's, multi-layer universes on top of us, like shadows. And I think that there might be other beings that are different from us in a way that they're able to actually come through, use energy and come through, and seem like they have a limited capability, but they might be talking to us. That's just from listening to these messages, just some of the things I'm picking up on. I mean, there's a lot of, the universe is pretty much infinite. And I think the ability or the possibility that there are so many different kinds of entities in different dimensions with different capabilities that what I'm hearing could be coming from any number of possibilities. So I always keep my open mind to that. And I just try to see if, what kind of answers I get, to see if there are certain little bits of information that come through that might be able to put me a little bit closer to, understanding. I take it in 100% that I might never understand. So I'm not really doing it because I want the answers. I just like to keep that line of communication and see, to see what they might be trying to tell us. I don't necessarily have to understand everything, which, like I said, probably never will, but just being open and openly letting them know, because I believe they can hear you and they'll talk to you. And it's been apparent so far. I mean, I could go, it seems like I can go anywhere. And I could turn on my necrometer, like I said, on speech mode, because that's undeniable proof when you hear messages come through that something is communicating with you that fast, making a message out of just letters. That doesn't just happen accidentally. So that's the mystery. And I'm just kind of listening and seeing what I get, letting everybody else hear it.
Yeah. Grimmer asks, just wondering if someone opened a portal and did not close. I think everyday portals open by humans, not just, if we're out there and we did one. Maybe an accident by your house, Grimmer, 2 cars hitting each other, bam, all that force and energy, just coming to a halt. Maybe that could pop one open. I mean, there's tons of possibilities. Earthquake, a storm. Now that, things, frequencies and vibrations, maybe a couple trees snapping in a forest, maybe that could, like we talked about, trees have a lot of energy. And we're talking, some of these trees out there are close to 75 feet tall, 100 feet tall. And imagine the root system holding that. And then that tree all of a sudden gets, bam, snaps in half. The ground lifts up. That's a lot of energy, frequency, vibration going out. And maybe it hit the right frequency to open one. So a good question. So maybe every day one opens. And then, that energy, why that energy there, it opens. And then, once that energy dissipates, it closes. But great question. I just don't know. That's just me guessing. Great question, though. I mean, makes sense, maybe. I don't know. A lot of things that we'll be trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that we're doing a good job. All of us putting our heads together and understanding, man. I'm glad that it's turned like this, because the hunts are great. I love the hunts. I love how us do the hunts. Trapper, I love watching you out on a hunt. I love watching Mike out doing what he does, and then he might join in on the hunt. And I love sitting back and watching everybody. And
we all have different things we bring to the table. Like
different
me,
energy.
I'm more like,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm more like the logic one. I mean, like, how do I say this? Like, what I want to believe and what I do, what I want to believe and how things really are. You guys are making me see how the things are really are. But what I want to believe is playing in my head. I'm still new to this kind of stuff. I mean, I've only been doing it 2 years. When I came to you, I was a complete skeptic until you took me out on my first one. I was a tracker, a professional tracker that came out, tried it, and I got a hold of you to help you track, and then you put me on these tracks. And I mean, I've been all over, everywhere, tracking and hunting and stuff like that. And I mean, I made a successful business out of trapping and tracking. And you showed me some tracks the very first time I went out. I know I always tell everybody this. I know it was a test that you were trying to do to me, see how well I can track. You put me on some tracks that I couldn't believe. You remember my first day out there? I was like a little kid in a candy store, because I could not figure out what I was looking at. These tracks that I was tracking, they were feet in the mud, in the cold, where logically I'm thinking, I know nobody's out here barefoot with a size 17 to a 19-inch track barefoot with the toes you can see and everything going through the mud, through the creek. I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying? When I came to you, I knew, I always thought there's something that could be out there, something that could be big. I know that I've been in enough forest that I know that something could survive out there. But it was you bringing me in, and grasping the whole thing. But I'm still the one. I'm still so new. I consider myself new at it still. Where I want to I want to think of it logically. I want to think of these things that, they're fresh. They're flesh and blood. That's what I want to think. But every time I go out with you guys, and this is from day one, you guys prove me that it may not be that way. It might be more energy. Whatever. I can't wrap my head around it because my head wants, because the business I'm in, everything's flesh and blood out in those woods.
Right.
And that's the way I still want to believe, that these things are flesh and blood out there. They're just a creature that we haven't discovered yet. We know it's out there. I mean, is it going through portals? I'm since we've been talking about this, I've been trying to find things on YouTube about portals and stuff. And a lot of people believe that they're there. And I'm kind of moving to that area. Okay, there is portals. So maybe there's a lot more to this than just flesh and blood stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, every time I go out with you and Mike, you guys show me that. You guys show me something like, dude, it's just not, you got to open your mind up more than what it is. You got to stop being tunnel vision on one thing and open your mind up even more. Because it's a lot bigger than what we can think of.
I've got something that might be controversial to talk about or mention. It's something that I heard, and when I heard it, it seems like it could be possible. Let's say there's a advanced group beings that might be overwatching us. What their connection to us is kind of, there's some theories, but they might be watching over, keeping an eye on us. Then that also could lead to the possibility that there may have been, let's say Sasquatch species, who knows how long ago, and being that they were, let's say, maybe almost extinct, this advanced race could be protecting them. And that protection could come in the form of hiding them, keeping them out of sight, giving them the ability to do so. And that might, when I heard some of this, I kind of put some thought to it, because maybe that might be the answer as to why they're always seems like they might be there. There's tracks, they're gone. Go to a tree, they're gone. I mean, it kind of is a theory that I kind of took in as it might be possible, and that kind of, I never really thought of that. But a lot of the things that we seem to run into, where we find tracks and then they're gone. We might hear something, but we don't see it. It's like they're right there and then they're gone. It's like, how does that, and then I heard some talk about that as being a possibility. And I think that it might be, it could possibly be. And that might be why there might be more going on when maybe they're around and they're present, because they're being watched. And maybe that's why we see other things. We hear other things.
Yeah.
You might be watching them and they're closer.
Those are real questions. Those are real questions. The answers for them, I don't know where to find them, except keep on doing what we're doing, and maybe we'll run into that. We got so many questions. Eventually we're going to get the answers, eventually we're going to get the answers, but when, I don't know. But I just, like I was saying, I love how we all go out there and we've all grown to doing this. It's amazing. And it's amazing the group of people that we have on the channel that watch the videos, that help us, that are here now asking questions. They want to know. I love it that we have people that want to know and want to get to the bottom of, just like us. We're going to try to get you those answers. Promise you that. I do this every single day. You can ask Mike, you can ask Trapper. I do this every single day. All hours of the day is what I do.
I guess the only reason we're not out today is because we're having a huge storm out there right now.
Oh yeah, it's rough out there now.
Yeah, my son's supposed to be coming home from college tonight, and I don't know if he is because the storm's hitting so bad.
Yeah. How many variety of entities do y'all think you have had contact with? Stump jumper. I'll start off. Let's see. I think I've seen a gugway. The thing with the teeth. That thing that put out its hand to me. I don't know if that was that looked like a hand, right? We all agree on that?
Yeah.
We can all agree that was a
100%.
hand coming to us. We were live. Snapped the picture. The jelly man. So maybe that was the same thing, the jelly man and part of that picture. We could maybe say he was the same thing, the jelly guy and that. Believe I seen a Bigfoot in a tree. I can actually 100% say I seen a Bigfoot in a tree when me and Mike were out. And I told Mike he's sitting right there. And then he was gone. 100%. I believe that was a Bigfoot that I seen. I seen something crawling, and that was with me and Tin Man. I seen something crawling. Tin Man seen it. I don't know what that was. It did scare me. I mean, if I was there by myself, I probably would have ran away screaming like a little 2-year-old. I don't know. I was with Mike and seen some hairless thing
Golem?
climbing a tree.
You mean golem at the swamp?
Golem.
That's
Yeah.
what I call it. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but
I've seen ghosts before in my lifetime. So about 10 different things, I would say, maybe 7 different things in my lifetime. That big thing that flew over us, I don't know what that was. I don't know. So it's about 6, 7 different things, I would say.
whatever that was in a red light at Claim 3, I think that's one of the biggest pieces of evidence of seeing something that showed itself.
Yeah.
That actually got captured on video, that was there, that had, that you could see it moving, you could see it. That's one of the most incredible pieces of like video evidence I think I've seen.
Yeah.
That just adds to the strangeness of what we're looking into, what the possibilities could be.
Right. I mean, nothing can be faked. It was all, either live or, the hand can't be faked. That was standing in front of me across that water and came towards me, and I freaked and took the picture with the thermal. Remember, I was like, guys, come here. I'm seeing it. You guys came up. What are you seeing? Seeing somebody standing there.
You were live, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. I
I
believe
thought
it.
you were live.
I think Trapper was live.
I was live, yeah.
Were you live? Okay.
That ghost or thing or whatever said, stop, take my picture. Took the picture, and we had it standing there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was, I mean, that's some of the best evidence I've ever seen in my life. Some of the best evidence.
We've seen lanterns, actual real lanterns. Remember that?
Lanterns.
Like way up on that top ridge. We were down below, way up on that top ridge. We could see lanterns following the ridge line.
Yeah, all in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen some crazy, crazy stuff. And, you all got to see a lot of it.
Yeah, like over on the Christmas stream when we were live. Something was throwing stuff at you.
Yeah.
And then I heard something go flinging through the air right by you when I walked over, and that was picked up on my live too. And then some unusual sounding knock which definitely sounds weird. Like, talk about something coming through a portal or something, some kind of sound that was
Yeah.
just not normal. It followed right after that sound of something flinging through the air.
Yeah, kind of like a snap.
Yeah,
I would call it kind of, yeah, strange.
Yeah, I had it. I think it's, even if you see or hear that part of it from the live stream, I have it time stamped in the comments. If you haven't, seen it from my point of view, you could always just listen to that, because that was really strange. You can hear it. It sounds like some helicopter blade that's just spinning through the air. Just so out of place and so strange.
Yeah. Rona says, from what us consuls say is once the portal is open, it closes immediately. Yeah. I don't know how they work. That's awesome.
I mean, that could be a lot of the reason why when I hear messages come through, a lot of times it seems like they relate differently. It's not always like a continual answer from like you're talking to the same person that's sending you messages over and over. It seems like there's so many different messages that aren't related. I've thought of that too. Like, I think that something's coming through, but it's from somebody different. And then something else is coming through, another voice from somewhere, and it's different. And that's why the messages seem so different all the time, but they just seem to keep coming through with, these messages, like residual messages.
Correct.
Maybe they meant to come through. Maybe they aren't necessarily known that they're coming through, but they are. There's something to that. It's just stuff I've noticed, but I haven't quite understood, but could be something like that.
Yeah. Sue says, do you think they would understand if you talked American Indian language to them? Mark said he does that, and they do react. Well, I'm sure any language, but remember when we first started out, Trapper, and I was talking to him, and we got some messages replied back to us, down in the comment section. Oh, do you really think they understand English? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe so. They're in an English speaking area. Why not? I mean, they're of a higher, if they can go through portals, cloak, see them going into trees and stuff, I would think they were of a higher being,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I believe that you speak Indian or English, Spanish, I believe they would understand you if they're in that area. Yeah. And we got to remember, United States was covered with Indians, tribes and groups, even in areas that we go to, we have burial mounds from Indian princesses and
that go back to what they dated them back to 300 BCE.
Yeah.
The remains that were in some of the mounds over here.
Right. And they have, records, Indians, sitting and having dinner with these things, interacting with these things. So, absolutely. I think, they're curious about our culture just as much as, me, Trapper, and Mike are curious about them. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, you guys, I mean, we were here, you guys were telling me the stories, down at like Beaver Creek, how, oh no, I was reading one of the things down. Well, no, somebody was, you guys were telling me that they would actually come down the hill to watch them build the locks and in the dams and that stuff. So it goes all the way back to the 1800s when they were making those, making the canals, and how they would come down and watch the canal boats.
Yeah, I remember with some of the articles that I think we were looking up when we were at Beaver Creek about the locks. There were some early, reports from the lock keepers about sightings, seeing Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a lot of other things, but that's why I think this kind of interaction isn't new.
No.
No.
Was it somebody had a comment about with a lot of people coming on YouTube and coming out into exploring it. I guess
Yeah, right here.
social media. Yeah, Kate, Curtis. Ever since these kind of platforms are here, let's more and more people start
Thank you, Pat.
their own thing. So you got people coming together in little groups and communities and able to go on platforms like this and do like what we do.
Yeah. The internet has changed so much. It's changed a lot. Remember back in the day with people going out with VHS tapes, and little recorders.
Yeah.
Pretty look like a news crew.
Yeah, and going out there. Yeah. And then you got to think about the people that couldn't afford, the recorders back then. And, it was just word of mouth. And, now I hate to say it, but now 2024, a lot of those people have vanished. Some might still be here, but you know what I'm saying? Some have went on.
Right.
And thank you, Pat. Pat said, hit that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Truth is in the background had a question.
Yeah. Doing good, Daniel. Let's see. About 2 months ago or so. I'm trying to work my way down.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get you. I'm going to jump ahead.
Kurt said, gee, I wish squash can come out of the woodwork like many nowadays. Yeah. Mike, do you still do the ghost and spirit hunting? Absolutely.
Yeah,
join this channel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier when I say I kind of have the best of all worlds. That's kind of what it's always been for me is communication, and that's all I do every time is listen and try to interact and see what comes through, see what kind of reactions I get, what kind of messages I get.
Sue says, got it. Evelyn, hello.
Hello.
Touch says, like in the military, they taught us at night not to look direct at things, but from the side, and need around 30 minutes minimum to adjust to the dark. Absolutely.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And that's what cameras and phones will do. They'll mess that night vision up.
Yeah,
they will.
That definitely affects what we can see with our, with our naked eyes while we're out there. It's not as easy to see.
Right. That's why I continue to say the camera's going to catch more than we're going to catch, because our minds and our eyes have to think about it. We blink, a camera doesn't. It just bam. Sally just says, hit that like button, everybody. If you already haven't, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry I'm going so slow, but trying to get to everybody's questions so we get them all answered. I think the purple glowing orb was more impressive than the last one, don't you think? Absolutely. I mean, the last one on the purple glowing was cool, but the last video that I put up with the night vision on, that was right there in your face. I mean, you could see it going around, going in the tree, coming back out. There was no, I mean, hey, evidence right there. Pretty good evidence. I mean, but that was taken with night vision. Ted says, thank you for sharing. Absolutely. Ramona says, Trapper, I believe you're saying you feel more around or smell them.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I feel them around me more than I do when I can see them. I can feel them. I can smell them.
Hmm. Ted says, "Do you think the orbs are associated with the Bigfoot?" I can. Anybody else want to answer that one?
I think the energy has something to do with that,
I think
especially especially if there's some kind of extra energy source that might be utilized by them somehow. Like I was mentioning before, maybe they have or were given or had an ability of some kind that requires energy if they're able to hide in ways so we can't see them, ways we don't understand. It might have something to do with energy and utilizing it somehow, and that could be something that has to do with the energy flow. The orbs could be related, but that's just kind of like a a theory, I guess, how it could
right.
be related.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like that video that I put up, the orb going in and out of the tree, coming around, going through the branch. I mean, I don't think that you could ever catch something like that. Do you think you can catch an orb? I don't know if anybody's ever tried, or I don't think that you can. I think it would go right through you. I mean, I've one video, Trapper had orbs going in them, going out of them. I mean, it was looked like fireworks. That one that shot out of your head, you could see your energy kind of like splash. It was so weird.
Maybe if you could catch light, maybe you could.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible. Maybe someone on site with walkie-talkie for real-time feedback, like sit where you park.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
That is an idea.
Yeah. It's an idea. And a laptop too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the field phone, but somebody watching from home.
Yeah. What's with the portal? Did you see one open?
I never have.
Seen weird, like orb-like anomalies that possibly could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I can't quite comprehend what a portal would look like.
Yeah.
But it's the energy relation to it. So, remember the one you captured at the signal tree?
Yeah.
That was looked like a bigger light anomaly, like some kind of an orb that, I mean, those could be a portal, but I really don't know what one looks like.
I don't think that we'd be able to see a portal open with our own eyes. I don't think so. I think seeing orbs go into the trees and coming out. I mean, we've already proved that. You can see that. But, without the night vision, I was just seeing those orbs faintly. Like if you see when the video first starts in, you see one go poof and go back out. And then I turn, and that one just is circling there through the tree, in the tree, coming out of the tree.
I mean, maybe if you had infrared, if you had infrared, you might be able to see a portal. Like infrared or night vision without any flashlights going. I don't know.
Yeah, the orbs could just be energy traveling.
Yeah.
Which could have some kind of effect. It could be sound. The energy orb could end up representing something that we hear. Or, you know what I mean? Or even messages that come through. It could be related to transferring that information, but we don't always see them. Might not be a portal, but it's definitely energy related, which seems to be the fuel for everything.
Yeah. I applaud you for walking through there and not freaking out. Awesome work. You don't know how many times we were like, whoa. Now, that brings me back to a moment, Trap, when we started out on that trail. We did the whole trail. Within an instant, we were back at the
Oh my gosh.
trail. Now,
That wasn't a
kind of feels,
scary moment. That was a freaky moment.
yeah,
I mean, I literally came home and sat down, and Mrs. Trapper asked me what was wrong, and I told her. And then we looked on 360 and we saw our path.
right.
I mean, we literally went over a giant lake in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, that was confusing for sure because we were right there. We both knew where we were. We ended the live stream, and then all of a sudden, bam.
We ended up at the same place where we started, and we were literally minutes from our vehicles.
Yeah.
Minutes from our vehicles. We knew where our vehicles were.
Yeah.
We literally started from where we ended up where we started, which is way back in the woods. I don't want to say started going out. It's where we started the live stream, because you got to remember, a lot of times when we go out, we don't start the live stream at our vehicles.
Right.
We start them way back into the woods. We actually hike in and then start our live stream. So we ended up back where we started our live stream.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure the signal's good. So usually, no point starting your live stream, right when you first go someplace. If you got to go a mile somewhere else, and then you run into dead zone.
Yeah. I was pretty shook up that night. I think we both were.
Yeah, I could not comprehend what happened. I mean, even on the way home, it did not feel right. Something was off, even on me driving home that night.
Right.
Matter of fact, wasn't that the night I called you later on? Then I called you the next day. That I even drove home, and I ended up. It took me longer to drive home.
Yeah, you didn't know where you were.
I didn't know. I called you on the way home. That's right. I called you on the way home. I had no idea where I was at. I was in an area that I didn't know. It messed me up that bad that night.
Yeah. Maybe we walked through a portal.
I don't know. That was a weird night. I mean, if you look at our, because we both have Life 360 with our families. I mean, when I came home, my wife looked at my Life 360. Yours looked at your guys' Life 360, and ours matched. And we literally, we went like over a giant lake. We went a route where it would have took us like hours to do. We did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it shot us both back over a giant lake, and then
it was crazy.
Time travelers.
Yeah.
Maybe we did walk through a portal. I don't know. We kind of freaked out there a little bit. I know I did. I couldn't believe it. I got home and I was like, something happened. Something.
Yep.
Mike, this one's for you.
Yeah, Tosh. Honestly, I have a respectful, healthy fear of what we possibly are dealing with, especially when I hear a lot of the things that come through the devices, the messages that, I have 100% faith in what is coming through is an authentic message now. And knowing that there's so much potential for things that we don't understand to interact with us, I do have, I've got a healthy respect and fear of what there could be, especially after the guy in the red light, Jellyman, what I've run into at West Branch, the thermals, there's things there, and not all of them are just voices coming through. There's things that are out moving around, and I don't want to avoid it. I actually want to try to get closer, and it's not as easy as it sounds, but I kind of have a mode where I am able to feel a little bit more comfortable, like trying to interact and get closer. So, but I am fearful of it for sure.
Yeah. I think we all are. And at first it was hard to put it away, to keep it back in the back and not let the fear show. I'm not going to say it's easier now, but we know how to deal with it better, than back when we first started. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And there's times where you're getting stuff thrown at you. I don't want to say there was a point in time where me and Trapper would be like, really?
Yeah. There was one point in time, every time we went out, we got things thrown at us. And it got to the point where you got sick and tired of it because you knew you were going to it felt like you're going to get hit at one time. It was like, literally, it was like, are you kidding me? Another one? Really? This is getting old,
Yeah.
But I mean, lately we've had things thrown at us, but not like we used to. It used to be an every night thing. And that was in a complete, that was is it okay for me to say where it was at?
Yeah.
I mean, it was out at West Branch, so since we left West Branch, it doesn't happen as frequently as it used to at West Branch. That's one thing I don't understand. Why did it happen at West Branch on a nightly basis, constantly nonstop?
Yeah. Well, we know there was juveniles there.
Yeah. I mean, it even got to the point where Mrs. Trapper would be out with us at West Branch, and she was even seeing things thrown at us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was a couple of times it almost hit her. Mm-hmm. So she's even witnessed it. But where we go now, it doesn't happen it happens, but not like it seemed like at West Branch, it was happening like every time we turned around, we were getting something thrown at us.
Right.
The swamp. That was,
the swamp,
I mean, for as many times we went there, that was actually pretty regular. And that was pretty well directed and made to be known. Like those rocks that hit the trees by us were not like little thumps of something that hit the ground by you. That was like a direct, hard impact. Yeah. They were like, the one that we measured was what? A little over 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. They both were about the same size.
And awkward. It was an awkward 2 pounds. So it's not like you're going to pick it up and you're going to be like this with two hands.
Weird big potato size, like rock.
Yeah. And in the water too, walking out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so, I mean.
Things hit the water. It's just like, oh, really?
Oh, yeah. When we were out and we were walking out from the swamp.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And then the screams that went along with them on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Swamp's pretty strange. I mean, considering all the things that have happened there, the rock throwings are still like, I don't know how you can explain that. How you can explain the two incidents specifically with those two big rocks that were thrown with that amount of force. I don't see how you can explain that.
Right.
And we had thermal equipment and we couldn't see anything, and I don't see how somebody could be there and threw a rock at us and we didn't see who they were.
Right. Because we'd catch them.
Yeah. And that was pretty far. It seemed like a distant throw and it was a lot of force.
Yeah. How expensive are night vision cameras? They could get expensive.
Thousands.
I mean, cheap ones.
A couple $100 maybe.
$200 mark.
Yeah. I mean, the ones that I was thinking of that, they're expensive is, I was thinking of the ones that are full, that's, military grade, over your face kind of thing, like the binocular kinds or even the ones that flip down.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Now those goes into the thousands.
Yeah. Yeah. But cheaper ones are around $150, $200. The cheaper ones.
Yeah.
Ramona says, Trapper, take a bite of bear root and drink tea or water.
Okay. Yeah. It just will not leave my system.
And it says, do they follow you home? I believe one night we all got visited at the same time,
The three of us, yeah. We
all in the same night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tosh. It's we all bring something different to the table. It's cool that we all never got in an argument out there.
No, we never have.
We don't argue. We don't, it's not like, well, I'm going to go this way. No, I want to go that way.
We joke around a lot. We joke around
Yeah.
like we're arguing or something. We joke around a lot.
Yeah.
We do that when we're out there.
Yeah.
Just like Jack is, you always get us lost. I always joke on that one.
Yeah.
I've experienced it, but I don't think I would have done it any better either.
Yeah. There's so many experts playing Bigfoot armchair quarterback this thing inside talk about it as they went back and deepen them, but really they step out the back smoking a joint as if see one. Huh? Let's see. That stuff I don't mess with. You got golf balls. I can do what you do. Yeah, I mean, it's curiosity. That's what it is. Curiosity and wanting to show the truth.
Well, what's that sign? What's that saying? Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it. You did.
I think that's just a fearful saying somebody meant to scare people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think curiosity is way better than just negative.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's great to have curiosity.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
This one's for you, Mike.
We moved out of that house back in the 70s after living there for 11 years, and the ghost didn't follow, but we saw some strange things while there. Too much to explain, full-blown apparitions. Yeah. I mean, there's just some theories or thoughts. I really haven't. I can't say I've seen many apparitions or really know what they are. Maybe they might represent some part of energy from somebody who once lived, or they might be something totally different. It goes back to like thinking about what comes through different dimensions, what the capabilities of other kinds of beings that might be there in other, multi-dimensional layers that might be able to come through. They might just show themselves briefly. Curiosity, peeking through to see what, top higher level dimensions, maybe they're able to come through and check on us, see what we're doing, curious, and come through. And that might be what you see. There might be a shadow, but that's just one thing. I mean, a lot of the things seem to show that's been captured. They represent things that have happened. Civil War, residual energy, residual spirit energy that comes through that you can see, so it very well could be something that was once, represented alive, a person that was alive.
Absolutely.
It's just, there's so many possibilities. It's like, I can't quite, I can't label it, just like most of us can't label, things that we think are certain kinds of cryptids that, we could say that we have the experience or knowledge. At least I can't, to say that that's what it is.
No. Nope. I don't think I would ever do that ever until I seen it 5 feet in front of me and could definitely say, well, and that's a Bigfoot. But then I'd even question if it was a Bigfoot because, I don't go off what I see on TV, what movies has put in my brain. You remember me saying, Trapper, whatever you seen on TV, wipe it out.
Yep.
Because we don't know what one looks like. So now, don't go off what TV tells you what they look like.
That's like the first thing you told me. Whatever you watch on TV, get it out of your head.
Yep. Here's another one for you, MT.
Why didn't you run after it? Well, I don't think I'd run after anything that I'd seen, you know, out wherever we're at, wherever we go, wherever I'm filming. I don't think I'd ever run after anything. That's just
Yeah.
that wouldn't seem useful to me at all. I'm trying to get things to come to me, so
Right.
I don't think that would,
Hello,
be
Tracy.
productive.
Hey, Tracy.
I know he was joking, but
Yeah. One time I seen a bear head of me, and I wait a second, and before I went, heard. I'm thinking, or try look where bear was. I could find it as I kept looking. That spot where I seen him and disappeared like Bigfoot. Bears are sneaky. They will be right next to you. You will not even know it. I can tell you that firsthand. Bears are sneaky. Got one coming up for you, Trapper. Like in Florida, stuff like portals and other dimensions are always there, but with all the solar activity, the frequencies are more visible. Yep. Believe that. There you go, Trapper.
Trapper, you don't want this kind of stuff in your head. I never drank, and since the portal opened in my yard, and what came out, I messed up. What came out?
Yeah.
I like to know what came out.
Yeah. For some reason, Bigfoot do not want to hurt humans, and they could very easily, but we go into their home and still they don't. I just wonder what it is. I don't believe that we've ran into a mean one, because I believe there's good ones and there's bad ones, Tosh.
Yeah.
So
Just like us.
Yeah, keep that in mind. We've had some do some bad things. I mean, just like when we dropped down to the ground.
I didn't think we were getting out of there.
No. So, I mean, always keep that in mind. I believe there's good and bad, but that's us. I mean,
we ran out of there that night with our guns, with our sidearms drawn off camera, and we went out dark. We went out black. I mean, we were dark. We had no lights on, nothing. And that's how we got out of the woods that night.
Yep. Daytime up here, nothing, but is the night scared? That part of it, yeah. Yeah. Say, don't say another cause will kill you for exposing the truth. Seen it many times. Let's see, Stump Jumper. It is interesting that most of the experiences y'all have in the Ohio woods mirrors the same experiences from California to the Carolinas and from Canada to Florida. Yeah.
I mean, I believe they all, it's just they all had the same. I would think that some of them all had the same habits. I mean, it's way of life, I guess you want to say, like us. I mean,
yeah, all drive cars. I mean, most of us all drive cars, right? Some of us drive semi trucks. Some of us can't drive semi trucks, but I mean, work at different jobs, so it would probably be similar experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I believe, we have orbs everywhere. And like we talked about, the frequencies and energies. Yeah. I think that's, if they're going to move, that's how they're going to do it and get their energy from the trees, the power lines, water, however. I mean, me and Mike seen those tracks going right into the water. Yeah. Let's see. I said, well said, Mike.
Thanks, Tosh.
He says, interesting theory. Yeah. All right. I'm going to skip a few. Sue says you can only advance. I'm just going to try to skip down some so we can get to the head. I'll try to answer some questions if I see them. Here we go. I've heard that 2MT. It's a possible. I love that you guys are searching for answers too. I wish I could get out there, but my old joints won't allow me to do it now. You guys are going to have a blizzard. Is it raining or snowing there, Jack? Both.
Yeah. I think it's snow now.
I keep watching out my window. I mean, like,
Yep.
I know my shade's closed here, but you can hear the snow hitting my window here.
Fairclaw says they brush off the prints. The council and I have done all this. Yeah. Let's see. David says, I'm from Pittsburgh, grew up in South Florida, back in Pitts now. There's some strange woods out here, some wild, weird calls down by Ohio River at night. Also, the Everglades got some strange nights. Oh, I bet. Trapper, you're from that area.
Me?
Yeah.
Like Pittsburgh? No, I'm further north from Erie. The
Oh,
Erie
okay.
area.
Erie, PA.
Yeah. I mean, I used to go down there quite a bit. I mean, I still go down to West Virginia quite a bit now, you know, but I have some friends like on the Ohio River down in like, you know, between Pittsburgh and Marietta. I got friends all through there. They say there's a lot of weird stuff that happens down there.
Yeah. Daniel said, didn't one walk in front of you in a mist form?
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple
I think
times.
you got a picture of it.
Yeah. It says, look, a lot of those stupid creatures people see. What? Dogman, Mothman, that jelly roll man. Stick with real things like finding Bigfoot, like I believe in Yeti and the Snow Mountain Hills. Well, we call Jelly Man is because that's, you know, that's what he reminded us of, like a jelly kind of man.
It was pretty real.
Yeah, he was pretty real, and we got video of it.
Pretty real.
Yeah, I mean, we can only go out and search, and what comes towards us.
Yeah.
I'm glad it does, but yeah, I mean, that's on video. Sue says, keep your faith, gentlemen, that the good Lord protects you when you're out there. Stay safe. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Sue.
Let's see. Probably they're worshippers with the
lanterns.
Like over by the caves.
Yeah.
Those weird like candle lights that seem to come from the woods certain times. That's really weird.
Yeah, you're like, here, Trapper, come up and take a look at this. I don't want to see that. I want to get out of it.
Yeah, that was strange. Like, let's go. Tracy says, I never seen one until the cameraman was on a hunt. They were so close to you guys, and that was live. I freaked out. Since then, I'm a firm believer. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that y'all got to see him, Tracy. Hey, Jack, one of your old videos, you had a Bigfoot standing 30 feet from you, just looking at you. Yeah, still have that video. Remember that.
Had a lot of weird things been captured from the videos looking at us, like the wild woman, we call her, over at Claim 2.
Yeah.
So many photos. There just seems to be a lot of things watching us.
Right. I watched that video of the Miami Mall. That was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I kind of saw clips of it. I mean, they talk about the interference from the cameras and everything, but I mean, I can't say that I've seen everything that's been put out, but from what I've seen, it's tough to really make out. You know, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. and that's pretty weird. But I have to look some more because I haven't spent much time looking into that. But
Yeah, you got to check that
it's
out.
pretty big.
Yes, truth. Absolutely.
I felt that. I had
Oh,
one
yeah.
blow in my ear. You remember that? You guys all made fun of me
Yep.
for it.
Yeah.
It was on, I think it was on live. It was on one of your lives, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
think so.
like blowing your ear.
I had one blow in my ear. Yeah, I felt one like a brush of wind past me before. Yeah.
You mentioned that when we were at the swamp, I had an incident which, you know, it was in my video. It happened when I was recording. That was one of the times that scared me. It kind of scared the crap out of me for a second. I heard and felt something like a wind, or like it felt and sounded like someone was just coasting at me, running at me real fast. And I like literally kind of like jumped and I turned real quick, and you know, you can hear it. I was like, what was that? Like, you can hear it. Like, it's kind of scared me because I literally thought something was rushing at me. And it just sounded and felt like a wind gust. You know, it had an effect of like something was just coming at me fast. But it didn't make like footsteps. I just could hear it and felt it. That was really weird.
Yeah. James says that he lived in the woods and had an encounter with a grassman about 3 years ago, and my old homestead was haunted, and now it got burnt down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Kind of
Jack,
weird.
what about that tree you didn't like? What made you uncomfortable with it? I know which one from like the last video, or a video ago. I was getting a weird feeling like somebody was standing in front of the tree, but I couldn't see them. Ever feel that feeling like somebody walked in a room and standing behind you and turn around and they are like they were sneaking up on you? That's what I had, that feeling looking at this tree. Just gave me a weird feeling, like uncomfortable, like I couldn't see nothing looking at me, but I felt it. You know, just like you feel when somebody's sneaking in a room and you feel your body feels like someone sneaking up and you're like, that's how it felt. That's the best way I can put it. But that's what I felt when I looked at that tree, like something was watching me. And another crazy thing, I do got to tell y'all, I don't know if you made it that far in the video, but that it was at the Pines with me and Mike. I went to this tree, was doing thermal work, and I got onto this tree. There was a face in the tree. Remember that, Mike?
Yeah.
And I would take my hand and go to touch it, and it would disappear. As soon as I started pulling my hand away, the face came back into the tree. So if you didn't make it that far in the video, because I know it was a long video, you might want to catch that. That was something strange. It was a face. You could see the eyes, nose, mouth. Really strange. But yeah, Vicky, that's what I felt on that tree. That's the only way I could explain it. Here you go. Trapper, do you want me to send you a copy of the portal I have on film?
Sure. Yeah.
Please send me it too.
Yeah, send it to the cameraman's Facebook page. I'll take a look at it on there.
Jason says, I think they just absorb all the energies they can. Yeah. Just a pit mom, hello, says, absolutely, they are. Tracy says, hello, Trapper.
Hey, Tracy.
I'm going to speed ahead, y'all. I'm going to try to get to the bottom. So if I missed your question, I got to kind of wrap it up a little bit. All right, here we go. I see that a lot. Faces and trees on your videos. Yeah, this was actually on the thermal. Had the thermal there, and you could see. Remember that, Mike?
Yeah, I remember that.
Had the thermal there, and I'd take my hand and go set it on the tree where the face was, and it would like the face,
It was
would,
like,
yeah, like it was backing up,
and it's
like ooh. And then I would move my hand away, and it would come back out, like looking at us. Weird.
try to do this, like try to poke its eyes.
Yeah, like it's on the Pine video. If you didn't make it that far into the Pine video, you gotta at least go find that part. I can't tell you where it is because I don't know the exact timestamp, but it's in the recent Pines. All right, Jack, have you been back to the property near where you live that had the big concrete? No, but I want to go there again. I want to take these guys to it and show them that. Good question, Stump. Ted says, do you think it was like the Predator? I don't know. It was in the tree. I don't know. I don't know if it, I don't know. I have no answers. I can try to BS you and come up with an answer right away, or sit there and think about it for a week because I have, and I still don't know. It was just strange that we caught that. Very strange. And I was standing by the tree, and all I did was turn the thermal, and I was like, kind of like, whoa, what the?
Why are you looking at me?
Trapper Daniel says, no problem, I'll send it.
Okay. Sweet.
That says, question for you, Jack. Jack, did you ever find your camera that Bigfoot took that night near the over there at 3? Over at 3, I found.
I think she's talking about Claim 3.
Yeah. Claim 3, we ended up finding the camera was smashed. I took it back, put the pictures up from the memory card. The memory card was bent, and we got, the pictures that I put on Facebook. Yeah, I put those on the Facebook chat room. And to me, you could see, I won't say anything. You just got to go look at the pictures. And you tell me what you think. LIB says, bottom of chat. Yeah, if you go to the About section, Daniel, on the YouTube page, goes to the right, all the way to the About section, then all the way to the bottom, you'll see my YouTube email right there. Just click on email, and you can send it there. Yep, LIB always with the confidence, always helping, brother. Yep.
Always appreciate the help, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah,
really do.
It's, I've reached out to so many Bigfoot groups here in Ohio, and they tell me to fly a kite, or they're just not interested in helping anybody or talking about anything with you.
Yeah,
I think it's sad. I think, we should all reach out, get together, the more eyes, share your experiences with each other. And LIB is, he helps us out.
Yeah.
Can't thank him enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I heard one at West Branch one time that scared the living crap out of me, man. I was by myself, finished up a live stream. It was late. I was packing up my stuff. I had just a little tiny light then, too. This was a long time ago. Well, not but over a year ago. And then I, out of the blue, because it's quiet, just heard this tree smash right on the hillside by me. And, man, I started packing my stuff at a different level, and I just took off because I wasn't sure, if that was natural or what. Something's going to come running at me now because it was mad or what was going to happen. I just got out of there.
Yeah.
On our older films, on our older videos, we have them on there.
Oh, yeah.
The older ones.
Yeah, you almost got hit by the big tree that fell.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't checked out LIB's channel, please click on the picture. If you can't, go down to the home section on the YouTube page, and he's down in the featured section. Click on him, check out his work, man. You guys will love it. Jason says, Jack, I wish you would go back to the place you went by yourself and Trapper told you to get out of the woods. We are going back there. We are.
Oh, I remember that.
Promise.
Yeah.
Mike wants to go there. We almost went today, but the storms have been bad. The high winds this whole week has been horrible, and we really don't want to be out there with trees falling. And
Hey, Bruce, what's up?
Neil says, hit that like button. Thank you all. Thank you. Good night, Tosh. Thank you for being here with us.
Take it easy. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks a million.
Mike.
Ted, you are more than welcome.
You are more than
love
welcome,
to
Ted.
take people out. We don't care if you're in your own group or you have your own channel. Come out. Never turn anybody away from going out on a hunt. You want to go out with us? Let's go. Bruce.
Yep.
How you doing, brother?
Bruce.
I never shared my stuff with anyone but you guys. I want y'all to see. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Giants Miami Mall. Show some footage. Yeah, that Miami Mall. Mike, you got to check that stuff out.
I saw some of it.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up tonight. Actually, I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I might do the same. See what else is there that I didn't see.
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh. Vicky, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Vicky.
Thank you.
Thank you. SoCal. Good channel. Go check them out, y'all. Oh, yeah. Please, come on out, SoCal. Another good channel to watch, guys and girls. Ted, send me an email. I believe me and you talked before. Love to get with you.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yep. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. But with that said, 2 hours in at the bottom of the list.
Time flies, huh?
Time flies.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this Friday. We're going to try to get out there early tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Before that second storm hits.
Trying.
We'll try to make it alive. If not, we'll have to shoot a video. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And thank you all, man. I hope we answered everything that we could.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to hit my 1,000 mark.
Oh yeah, that's right. How could you almost forget about that?
I'm really close.
Yes.
You know, I mean, my channel was actually built, you know, for you guys, you know, Jack wanted me to build this channel for a second camera, and it kind of took off on its own thing. You know, sometimes I do my own thing, hiking, stuff like that, and going out with these guys. It's always a second channel. You know, it's always a second video. You know.
Yes.
Out.
I'll put Trapper's channel in the description after we end here. Please head over there, subscribe.
Yeah.
Like I said, he'll be doing all the drone work. So all that footage of the drone will be on his page.
Yeah. Sometimes I go out by myself.
Yep.
More when I go out by myself, it's more of a hiking video because I'm really into backpacking and stuff. But a lot of it is with you guys. I mean, I looked on my stuff. I got more Bigfoot research on my channel than anything. You know, Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I looked on that YouTube census when we have a thing. 32% I have watched that are my subscribers watch my stuff. And it's like 86% or something like that. They're not subscribed watching my videos. I can't imagine if all those people subscribed, I'll be over 1,000 by end of tonight. That would be sweet.
All right. Thanks, Ted and Vicky.
Yeah.
Thanks for the subscription.
Yeah.
You
Thank
got to
you.
get Trapper to 1,000, right? You're almost there.
Yeah. There's
Almost.
his link. Sally Joe just posted his link.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you.
Sally, can you put that in the comments below the video? That'd be awesome. But I want to thank everybody for being here tonight with us. You guys and girls are all awesome. And thank you for all the hard work, the timestamps.
Yeah.
And New Year. A lot more people coming in. Thank you. A lot more faces. Glad to have you. We're a big family here.
Huge family.
If you haven't, head over to the Cameraman Facebook chat room. That's where all the evidence goes. I mean, we try hard and we'll continue to try hard. And go watch that the Pines video of that face. Like I said, it's deep in the video. So if you haven't seen it, talk about freaky. And we'll be out there tomorrow. Gonna get out there early. If we can go live, we will. But if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. With that said, I'm Jack the Cameraman.
I'm Trapper.
Mike, MT Paranormal Life.
And we will see you all on the next hunt. Bye.
Have a good night.